Is it okay? Wonderful. Um, hey there, back again. Different angle this time. We're getting a new look. Um, with I'm thinking, I'm thinking new angle, new train of thought. It's here. It's coming. It's right around the corner. And by it, I mean fall. Fall. Oh, we all love fall. We love pumpkins. I love Halloween. Halloween's my favorite holiday, and I'm super excited. I am. I love fall, but also seasonal depression. It's waiting for me. It's like I'm here and it's like off in the distance, like looking at me, and I'm looking back and I'm like, yeah, I see you. Can we like keep this distance that we have? Because I really don't like it when you're here. Um, and there's a fly. Can it go away? That'd be great. And I've been starting to feel it. Um, because I think it's because my mom keeps turning up the AC so much and everybody's posting about like, oh, it's almost fall, that I'm like, guys, is it colder? Guys, is it colder? Guys, should I have bangs? Should I cut? um, I can very much, I've started thinking things, I've started feeling things, and I'm like, oh, hey, is it that time of year already? Is it that time of year? It's like from Hades Town where she's like, it hasn't been 6 months. That wasn't 6 months. You're early. I missed you. Okay. I I love Hades Town. Okay, we get it. We get it. You're always talking about it. We get it. But it very much is like, oh, really? Is that time already? It's already time for that? I wish it wasn't. I wish it wasn't. Can it go away? But it's a very weird, I don't know. It's weird. Everything's weird. Everything's funky and weird because I'm not the same person that I was a year ago at all. Not even close. I look at old pictures of me and I'm like, that you're me? I find it really disheartening to look through. I was looking through my gallery because I was looking through my outfits because I take a lot of pictures of my outfits and I was trying to find something that's like Renaissance festival fair type thing, like Ren Fair type fantasy, magical, whimsical, because John invited me to go to the Ren Fest with him. Um, and I'm really excited. Of course, I'm really excited. I've always wanted to go, and now I get to go with like him, which we'll get to him in a bit. We'll get to him in a minute. But I was looking through old, like all these pictures, and I'm scrolling back and back, and I started to get really sad looking at myself. Um, Not because I'm like not happy with the way I look or anything like that, but because I was so miserable. Like 85% of the time, I was miserable and sad and I miserable. That's the best way I can describe it, is that in every picture, I remember how I felt when I took that picture. It doesn't matter if I'm smiling. This is something that I've told many friends of mine, um, like a couple of friends at camp, when they're like, oh, like, I have to make sure I look good for like whoever's take like the photographer, like they're taking all the pictures, like I want to make sure I look good in the slideshow at the end of the week. And I'm like, that's weird. I don't really care how I look in pictures because when I look at a picture, I don't look at it and think, oh, like my hair, oh no, like there's something in my teeth. I look at it and I remember how I felt. And that's all that I see whenever I look at a picture, is how it, like I felt in that moment. Um, so looking at like all these old pictures, like sure, I look cute. That outfit's cute. My hair looked nice when it was long, but I remember how I felt, and I felt so miserable in a lot of those pictures. And it was really like disheartening and sad to look through them and be like, oh, girl, oh, ugh. Um, and it's just made me think a lot about how much I've changed in the past year and how, like, in some ways, I'm exactly the same. I still love Ghost. I love Ghost. I'm seeing the Too Big to Rig movie. Probably opening night. I'm so not opening night. No, I have youth group that night. The night after. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I love Ghost, and I love Ghost last fall too. It was like what got me through fall. Um, but I remember that like that entire season, like for like 5 months, like from September to December. That's not 5 months, is it? I don't know. A certain amount of time. That like time period, my entire life revolved around my ex. We weren't even together until December. We didn't even get back together until December, and yet still everything revolved around him. And he hasn't texted me back. He won't text me back. Oh, I like him. No, I don't like him. What the heck? Why am I being crazy? And then like I was just clinging to him because of the depression and because I needed to cling to something. And right now, that I'm feeling like I'm like, oh, I feel it coming on. Oh, I feel it now. Oh, I feel it now. Oh, hey, that's not a thought that I would have. That's a thought that you're having. What's happening? Um, and so I started to prepare. I like cleaned my whole room. I've started making lists. I've started like leaving notes in places and arranging outfits. I'm gonna get a haircut. Um, Sometime before September-ish, like the beginning of September, so that it's easier to wash. Um, that way showering won't be as hard because I am gonna be prepared this year. I'm gonna be prepared this year. I'm not gonna let it beat my ass. Not like last year. No, no, no. I'm prepared this year. I am going to I'm going to power through it. Okay? I don't want to hear it, you know? And I have a lot more healthy ways to handle myself and a lot stronger friendships than I did last year. I love my friends. I love them so much. And I know that I will be okay and that I will be much more okay than I was last year because last year was like I was okay, but like was I though? Was I though? So I'm sort of preparing because um relying on one singular person to carry you through like the most miserable time of the year is not the way to go because especially if you pick somebody who's not reliable to begin with, then you're like putting kind of your life in their hands a little bit. Um and that's a bad thing to do, especially when they're not trustworthy, especially when they're not worthy of that. Not Don't do that. Stop doing that. Oh my gosh, don't do that. Um to future me, who I know will watch this, because I watch my own videos back, um, so that I remember. Hey you, um, don't do that. Whatever you're doing right now, stop doing it because I know it's probably not good. Stop that and have a sip of water. Have a sip. I have a lot more than a sip probably, and take a shower. Your hair's greasy. Yeah, I know it is. I know it's greasy. I know you. You're me. Okay? It's greasy right now, and I'm not going to talk about it. But we are going to talk about yours. You okay? But, um, that all said, I'm excited for fall. There's a lot of things that I want to do. The Renaissance Festival. I'm so excited. Um, and Halloween. Halloween. And I want to go to a corn maze, and I can't wait to do the haunted house this year. It's always so fun. And then I might have a Halloween party. Maybe. I always say that I'm going to throw a party and then I never do. And then when I do throw a party, it doesn't. So we'll see if that happens. We'll see. If I can find it. If all I have to do is find a place to have it. If I find a place to have it, then I'm set. If I don't, I'm cooked and then it's not going to happen. Could always ask the neighbors. They have a really big barn and I feel like barn is an appropriate setting for like for a fall party because it's a barn. It's barn. It's fine. Um, yeah. it's gonna be a battle. I'm gonna be fighting for my life out here because I just know it. I just know it. You know why? Because I get clingy. I get clingy. I can already feel myself getting clingy. Um, I can feel it happening where I'm like, hey, hey, why didn't you text me back? Do you hate me? Do you hate me? Do you hate me? That's the psychosis. That's I don't know what that is. It's right behind me, isn't it? And then it's like the looming, like fear of abandonment. It's right behind me, isn't it? Um, and currently I'm being very normal about John. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Okay. And I'm very proud of myself for that because I think I actually have started. I worked on myself a lot. I've had like 5 or 6 months of time to like heal from things and like learn some life lessons that needed to be learned. And I think my attachment style is much more secure now, a little bit more. Okay. I would say I'm not avoidant anymore. Maybe. Maybe. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Everything is a work in progress always, okay? Listen. Listen. But he is just very warm, and I'm a cold, cold bug looking for warmth in this big, cruel world. I've said that before. I don't know if I've said that on here, but I've said it before. I'm just a cold, cold little bug, okay? And and I know it's gonna get colder, literally and figuratively. Um, as the winter permeates the air, it will sink into my bones and I will begin to feel hollow. Um, as one does. And his warmth, as is right now, is a comfort to me. I will not cling to him. I will not cling to him for life. Um, for I have the Lord this time around. That's another thing. I love Jesus. All right. Last November, last November, Jesus came knocking at my door and said, "Hey, I've been here, but like, I'm really tired of this game you're playing." And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're kind of right. Kinda? No, like, you're the most right, actually, because you're Jesus. Um, and that began a little journey, a little journey within a bigger journey. Um, or maybe the biggest journey inside the little, I don't know. I gave up on that analogy. And then at DYLC, it really like solidified. And I'm like, yeah, like, that's my Lord and Savior. Yeah, like, that's that's my God who died for my sins. And I love him and he loves me. And you know what? I didn't know that last go round. So you know what? This depression's gonna have a real hard time kicking my ass when I got back up, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Try to suck the joy out of my life. Try it. Try it. Yeah. 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 Devil, get behind me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Um, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, John, okay? He's been a topic of discussion a lot in my life recently, just because of the anomaly that he is. I spoke previously about this of, it's weird that I like him because I thought I was a lesbian. What are you doing here? How'd you get through the gate? Who let you in? Um, but he continuously proves himself to be everything that he says he is. I don't think he's a liar. He's definitely not a player. He's not a cheater. He's not a scoundrel. He's just smart and funny and sweet and genuine. Um, Yesterday he said he hopes that my day was whimsical. He talks like me. He talks like me. He doesn't think I'm weird. He doesn't. He. I don't know. He doesn't. He doesn't think that. Um, I'm strange. And in all this change that has happened in the past year, somewhere along the way, I started to believe that I'm hard to love. Not in like a platonic sense. No, I know my friends love me. Of course they love me. Of course they love me. Okay. And I love them. I love them more. I love my friends more than anything in the entire world. Okay, they're my everything. They're my everything. And I don't find it hard to believe that they would love me because I love them. Why wouldn't they love me? And like obviously I know my family loves me. I know that my grandma loved me. She told me so, and she wouldn't lie. She wouldn't lie. I know that they love me, but for some reason, I started to find it hard to believe that anyone could love me romantically because to know someone, to be known is to be loved. And though many people know me, there's a special kind of vulnerability that comes with romance, romantic feelings. And it makes you second guess yourself and it makes you wonder if you deserve it. And it makes you think about a lot of things that you hadn't really thought about before. I I kind of don't like that I like him because there's a lot of messy feelings that come with that of realizing that I don't know what love is. I have a friend, love her to death, but she was telling me, "Oh, he loves you. Oh my gosh, like, oh my gosh, do you love him? Like, oh my gosh, he loves you." Because I'm telling her all this stuff about him, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, he literally loves you." And I'm like, I don't think he. Do you know what love is? Do you? I don't think that's how that works. And then I had like this moment of, do you know what love is? Do I know what love is? Because I don't think I do. Because to be loved is to be known, and my ex never knew me. Never. He didn't know me, not really. He didn't ask questions because he didn't care enough to be curious. And he I remember I remember so vividly thinking, because like there was like a trend at the time of, oh, like ask your boyfriend like what like all like your favorite things are, like test him. And I remember so vividly thinking, no, I don't want to get my feelings hurt because I know that if I ask him those things, he won't know the answers. And then that will just make me cry. And I don't want to hurt my own feelings. Because if he had asked me any of his favorite anything, favorite animal? Well, you love foxes, but like seals are your second favorite. Oh, what's your favorite color? Well, gold, but gold's not a color, so yellow. Your favorite food? Steak. I don't know what it is with guys and steak, but I knew the answer to everything. I knew him, I think, better than he knew himself. At least I'd like to think I did. And the idea, he didn't know me. He didn't know those things about me. He didn't know that my favorite animal was a shark. That's horrendous because every single person in my life knows that I love sharks. People that have never heard my voice before because I lost my voice at camp. So they'd never heard me talk because I haven't seen them since. I met them there and they haven't seen me since and they've never heard my voice and they know I love sharks. There are people who don't know my name that know I love sharks. I met a girl in Windsor once and me and her had a little conversation about how much we both love sharks and all of our shark plushies and all of our shark keychains. We never exchanged names. And my ex-boyfriend, who I knew for 2 years, did not know that. That's humiliating for me to have let myself be with somebody who just did not give two shits about me. I was nothing more than a title. I was his girlfriend. I wasn't Alana. I wasn't even Alana. He forgot my name. There was once upon a time I knew him for like 7 months at the time and he thought that my name was Lonnie because everybody calls me that. And I remember making so many excuses. Well, everybody calls me that. I always tell him to call me that. So he forgot my real name. He forgot my name. To him, all I ever was a title. I was a girlfriend. I was an accessory. I was convenient. And that is horrific. Genuinely awful, terrible. My worst nightmare. It makes me sick to my stomach to think about it, genuinely. And now I have met someone who asks me like silly questions about fish and 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 tells me about what he ate for lunch, and he's so kind, and I don't know. My point is that if for 2 years my ex did not know anything significant about me, then he did not love me, which means I don't know what love feels like. I don't know what that is. I don't. I've never experienced it in that way before. Not that romantic love is more significant than platonic love. I believe that platonic love is incredibly more important and significant and way more impactful than romantic love, because you can still be you without a romantic partner, without a lover, without a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner in general. You are still you. If you divorce your husband after 30 years, it'll take you a little bit of time to bounce back, but like in the end, you'll always be you. But without your friends, who are you? Who are you if not the people that you surround yourself with? They they make you into who you are. You pick up on their vocabulary, and before you know it, you're moving your hands the same way that they do and picking up on slang terms that they use. And you see a meme and you're like, "Oh my gosh, they would love that. I have no idea what this is about, but I know they would love it." You're nothing without your friends or your friend. You don't have to have a lot. Even just one will have such an impact on who you are as a person, and they're there with you through so much. I remember when I went through a friendship breakup last spring, I cried for months over that. I, I, I was still crying about it until the day she broke no contact and we started talking again. I never got over it. Maybe I would have eventually, but I can't imagine life without her. I can't. You know how long I cried over my ex for? From the initial breakup? Like a month? Not even. Like a week, maybe. Because I broke up with him and I was like, I'm good. I cried for months over her. Even though I was the one who said we should go no contact, I was like, we can't talk anymore. I can't be friends with you. And then I proceeded to be distraught about it and mourn our friendship indefinitely until we were friends again. And now she's back in my life, and even though sometimes things are still messy, and she's not perfect, I'm not perfect, I still love her more than anything. And I can't imagine my life without her. I can't imagine my life without any of my friends. I used to, when my anxiety was really bad, I used to imagine losing them and how awful that would be. And I don't think I could. I don't, I think that your friends are the most important thing in the world. We weren't made to be alone, but that doesn't mean we were made to be married or have a family like that. Sometimes the best kind of family that you can find is the kind that you make. And and they are everything to me. When I say I love them more than life itself, I feel like a lot of people take that as like lightheartedly of like, oh, like, you just love your friends so much. Like, no, you don't get it. Like, they are the oxygen in my lungs. Okay. As much as I talk about John and, oh, he's so kind and sweet and warm, and he's changing my brain chemistry a little bit, and he's making me want to be kind, and all of this weird feelings of, oh, I want to be kind, and I want to be gentle again after years of being angry. Yeah, that's great and all that you're unpacking that with like your newfound romantic feelings, but don't forget where you came from. Don't forget who carried you. Don't forget who walked with you. Don't forget the hands on your shoulders. Don't forget the people that pulled you out of the darkest points in your life with stupid texts and just unrequited, like just unimaginable amounts of love. Your friends will forever be more important than any romantic partner than you that you could ever have, ever. And I believe that hands down without a shadow of a doubt.